Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here, and welcome to BMTV. I've got quite a lot to talk about this week, so I might talk really quickly, or I might not, we'll see. First of all, a big thank you to David Schollenberger. David, last week, brought us this. Yes, that's a big cake that he brought. That's all that's left. There's not a lot left. So David, you are entirely responsible for me putting on weight instead of losing weight, which is what I should be doing. So I'm blaming you. David's one of our local customers. You might have seen him on BMTV 26, I think it was, when he came in and he showed us some balloon twisting. So David, thanks very much for coming in, and thanks very much for the cake. We actually also had Crazy M and Ben from Benny's Balloons come in this week as well. They actually came in at the same time. It was like an entertainers convention. But yeah, local people, if you are local, if you are near Southampton or where we are, Totton, then please come in, pick up your orders. We'd like to find out more about you and your business. So please feel free. In fact, we have had some people sign up for an account, not even realising they're local, not even realising where we are, and then we phone them and say, we're only 3 miles up the road. Oh yeah, really? So if you're not too sure where we are, here's a map. We are here. If you're anywhere close to here, then please feel free to pop in. You don't have to, but feel free if you do want to collect your orders. Right, now, do you remember this? This is from BMTV last week when we did the Super Stuffer, and Mark from Qualitex helped us create these, or rather he did create them and I assisted, maybe. But anyway, we didn't film it last week. We actually filmed it 5 weeks ago. So the reason I'm bringing this up is just to show you how good it looks 5 weeks on. That's pretty good, isn't it? The balloon is starting to go a little bit cloudy. I can't remember if we put the balloon shine on there, but it still looks pretty good. The teddy bear's still upright because we've held it up with the cord, and yeah, I just wanted to show you how good it's looking at 5 weeks on. Now, speaking of the balloon shine is supposed to keep balloons shiny for longer, so they don't oxidize like this one I've got here. So this one, we inflated this months and months ago, and it's a spring green from Qualitex, and it's it's pretty oxidized. Oxidization happens when balloons are in light. Latex balloons are in light. If you've got a window display and the sun's shining in, your balloon's going to oxidize really quickly. If you're in a nightclub, they're not going to oxidize as quickly, if at all, because it's dark, but then you probably wouldn't notice even if they did oxidize in a nightclub. So this is supposed to keep them shinier, and does keep them shinier. Anyway, when we were filming, I said to Mark, if you've all got an already oxidized balloon, would this make it shiny? And he said yes. I have to admit, I wasn't too sure if I believed him. So we're going to do a bit of an experiment today. We're going to put some balloon shine on here and see, hopefully, by the end of the show, if it's made the balloon shinier than it is. So I'm going to do that now. I'm going to put the glove on. I'm just going to squirt some of this on the glove. Mark said put quite a lot on, but I don't really want to put too much on. Okay, I'm going to take the balloon and make part of it shiny, hopefully. Mark did say that you might have to put a couple of coats on if it's been oxidized already, so we'll see. But I'll stop there, and we'll see by the end of the show if that's made a difference. So you can see a difference already, actually. Right, so I want to tell you now about a man that I met a few weeks ago. I was lucky enough to have dinner and spend some time afterwards with a gentleman called Dean Butler. Now, you might not recognise the name. He's the man that created the brand Vision Express. He created Vision Express many, many years ago. And I have to say, he's a real inspiration to me, real motivation listening to him speak. It's just brilliant to find how he created his business, how he saw that opportunity and how he grew the business. He's retired since then. He's not part of that business anymore, but he got bored when he was retired, so he went off and started other businesses, spending a lot of time in India and stuff like that. So it was a real inspiration to meet Dean. Anyway, the reason I'm telling you about Dean is that when we were talking, I said we're in the balloon and party industry, and his eyes lit up a little bit, and he said, "Greg, let me show you this." And he got his phone out and he showed me this picture, And I said, can I use that on BMTV? He said, yeah, go for it. So this is the picture. It's a man, he was spending time in India, and he saw this man delivering balloons maybe, or going to a market to sell the balloons. It looks like there's at least 200 balloons there to me, on his bike. And I just thought it was a great picture, and it really demonstrates that balloons do create joy and happiness, the world around. So Dean, thanks very much for letting me share that picture with everybody. Now, I have a bit of an apology to make. When Crazy M was in this week, she said, Greg, I've not been getting the emails. I said, really? Why not? She said, I don't know. So we had a look at it, and seemingly she's not been getting the emails with BMTV on. She thought we'd stop doing BMTV. So we looked into it, and it looks like a few months ago we sent a whole bunch of emails, and quite a lot of them didn't get to the email address that they're supposed to be going to for some reason. No, who knows why. It normally happens when the email address has been closed down. It doesn't exist anymore. But there was too many for that to be the case. And so once the email's bounced, as it's called, the system we use won't let us send to that one again. And that's what had happened with Crazy M. So now we've debounced all of those email addresses. So if you haven't been getting the emails, and you are now, I do apologise for that happening. There is a surefire way of making sure that you do get to see BMTV, and that is subscribing to the YouTube channel. Just log on to YouTube, hit the subscribe button, and you will get notifications when there's a new video, or you can choose the notifications if you want to see when there's new comments and things like that. So do that. But hopefully the email thing is not going to be an issue again. If you do find you stop getting the emails, please let us know, and we'll try and sort that out for you. Right, now I'm going to talk a little bit about stock. Remember a few weeks ago, I was getting very excited about 16-ounce cups, and I said we've got a new range coming, can't say very much yet. Well, here it is. It's the 16-ounce cups and the whole Emoji range. Now, emojis are very, very popular at the moment. Even people of my age are using emojis on their phones. But these cups are the ones I'm most excited about. They're solid plastic, and like I said on the other episode of BMTV, the 16-ounce cups are just more grown up. You get a decent amount of liquid in there. And it's got the smaller cups as well, got the other type of cups, but also the plates, the napkins, the bags, the table cover, etc. Also, as well, don't forget, we've got the balloons. We've had these balloons for a while now. They're from Butler. We've got these ones from North Star. We've got a few more. I've just brought a few up here. Apparently the North Star one, most popular one, is this one, the poop. But well, I mean, I've got one inflated here, not the poop. Got this one. Luann, that works in the warehouse, she's been with us 2 years this week, so she had her ballooniversary. So what we did a blog article, and it's on the blog, find out a little bit more about Luann. So if you'd like to find out a little bit more about Luann, head over to the blog now, and you can. We found some new stuff out. It was really interesting. Anyway, she's quite shy, and she said she didn't want to have a photo taken unless she could put a balloon in front of her face. So that's what she did, and she chose this one. So they're perfect for that sort of thing. I think they're great. So there you go, emojis. Right, the other thing I wanted to talk about is, I've not brought any up this week, but Father's Day is just around the corner, 19th of June. Make sure you've got all your Father's Day stuff in. We're not going to be getting any more in, so once it's gone, it's gone. If you need it, please get it quickly. 19th of June, get it now. Right, now, do you want a free balloon? Do you? Here we have Hannah Montana. Anybody know who that is? No, of course not. Hannah Montana was, well, I guess a Disney TV star a good few years ago. That's Miley Cyrus. She looks a bit different now. But that was her at the beginning of her career. Anyway, we're in the warehouse, and we've found that we've got a few Hannah Montana bubbles and a few others that we're just never going to sell. We didn't want to throw them out. We want to create the space in the warehouse, on the shelves, but we just didn't want to throw them out. So we've not thrown them out, and what we're saying is, if you want a free one, on your next order, just put free bubble balloon. If you want to try bubbles out, if you've not tried them, just put free bubble balloon in the comments, and we'll pop one of those in with your next order. Right, so how is this balloon doing? Let's have a look. Well, there's the side that is oxidized, and there it is. I still think this needs to dry out a little bit, but you can definitely see the difference. That would, if you did that all over, that would definitely be a much shinier balloon. So Mark, you were right. It does work on oxidized balloons, and I was wrong. Never mind. Right, I've got a question for you now. I'm going to start doing this every week, actually. Question of the week. All you need to do is put a comment down below the video on YouTube, or if you're watching on Facebook, put it in the comment section down there. This week's question is, who inspires and motivates you? Right, that's it from me this week. I hope you have an amazing week. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you soon. Bye. We do get asked quite often by people about that are just starting out in business what they should do. Do they have to register a name? Should they do this, do that? What would we recommend? It's a long time since we started. I've forgotten. So I just thought I'd ask you to share your thoughts on that. What are the key things you think people should do when they're first setting up their business?
Well, essentially, we're going to do some gifts and different ideas for finished gifts of objects and things inside balloons. Okay. So, first one I thought we'd do is my teddy. Not really my teddy, but...
Oh, it's not your teddy.
My teddy
I thought it was your teddy that you take everywhere
we'll
with
do
you.
It's a girl present, I think, to start